When you think of Formula One, you probably picture the cars, the insane speed, the sound of engines, the split-second overtakes. But behind all of that, there's a group of athletes who aren't just drivers. They're peak physical machines. And just like any athlete at the top of their game, what they eat is a huge part of how they perform. Forget the idea of drivers casually munching on snacks before hopping in the car. F1 diets are as calculated as their lap times. And today, we're diving into what Formula One drivers actually eat, with real examples, anecdotes, and a few surprising quirks you probably didn't know about. Audience hook. By the way, if you had to eat like a Formula One driver for a day, would you survive? Or would you sneak in pizza? Let me know in the comments. Why F1 drivers need a unique diet. Unlike footballers or sprinters, F1 drivers are strapped into a cockpit for up to 2 hours. They deal with up to 5 to 6 gs of force, meaning their bodies feel 5 to 6 times heavier in corners. They can lose 2 to 3 kilograms of water weight just from sweating in the cockpit. And all of this while needing pinpoint focus at 200 plus mph. Fun fact, Jenson Button once revealed he lost 4 kilograms during the Singapore Grand Prix because of the heat and humidity. Imagine stepping out of a car almost lighter than when you got in. Wild. Transition. So clearly, what they eat isn't just about looking lean for Instagram. It's literally about survival and performance. Let's break it down driver by driver. Driver by driver breakdown. 1. Lewis Hamilton, the vegan pioneer. Lewis is famously 100% plant-based since 2017. He often credits veganism for his improved recovery and reduced inflammation. Typical meals. Smoothies packed with spinach, banana, berries, and plant protein. Quinoa bowls with lentils and beans. Vegan burgers made from black beans or chickpeas. He avoids processed junk food, though he's admitted he loves vegan donuts occasionally. Light bulb story time. Hamilton has been so influential that even his dog, Roscoe, is on a plant-based diet. Roscoe has his own Instagram where Hamilton shows off his dog-friendly vegan meals. Back-end index pointing right engagement moment. Do you think a vegan diet gives athletes an advantage? Or is it just hype? Drop your thoughts below. Max Verstappen, the champion of simplicity. Max isn't flashy with food. His go-to before races? Chicken, rice, and vegetables. He likes to keep it simple. Balanced carbs plus lean protein. Reportedly avoids heavy sauces and anything that could upset digestion. Known to enjoy sushi in the off-season. Lightbulb fun fact. In his early Red Bull days, Verstappen had to drastically cut weight to meet the car plus driver limits. He even admitted he sometimes ate too little, which raised debate in F1 about whether weight rules were putting drivers' health at risk. Back-end index pointing right commentary. Imagine being the fastest driver on the planet, but worrying about one extra plate of rice. Should F1 change the rules to take pressure off drivers' weight? What do you think? Charles Leclerc, the Mediterranean mix. Charles, being from Monaco, often eats Mediterranean style. Think grilled fish, olive oil, pasta, and fresh vegetables. Pre-race meal, pasta with a light sauce and grilled chicken. High in carbs, easy to digest. He's big on coffee, can't start his day without it. Lightbulb anecdote. Fans spotted Charles casually grocery shopping in Monaco, picking up fresh produce. He joked once that if he weren't racing, he could see himself working in food or wine, sticking to his roots. Back-end index pointing right interaction. Okay, pasta lovers, raise your hand. Would you fuel up like Charles before a big exam or workout? 4. Lando Norris, the balanced approach. Breakfast, eggs, toast, fruit. A lunch/dinner, chicken or fish with vegetables and pasta. He admits to having a sweet tooth. Chocolate and pizza are his guilty pleasures, but he saves those for the off-season or after a race. Light bulb fun story. Lando once joked on Twitch that he'd trade podiums for pizza. Of course, McLaren probably wasn't thrilled with that idea, but fans love the relatability. Back-end index pointing right speculation. If Lando Norris actually swapped a podium for pizza, would it be a margarita or a pepperoni? Place your bets in the comments. 5. Fernando Alonso, the veteran's Mediterranean discipline. Sticks to Mediterranean staples. Grilled fish, olive oil, fresh vegetables. Big on rice and pasta for sustained carbs. Known for being very disciplined about eating. No random cheat days during the season. Lightbulb fun fact. Alonso once said he treats food as fuel, not as pleasure, which probably explains his insane longevity in F1. At 40 plus, he's still competing at the top. Backhand index pointing right commentary. Do you think strict discipline like Alonso's is what keeps him racing at this level? Or does talent outweigh diet? 6. Daniel Ricciardo, the burger lover. On race weeks, clean eating, chicken, rice, vegetables. Off-season, loves burgers. He's admitted he uses food as a way to relax and enjoy downtime. He also hydrates aggressively. He's one of the drivers who sweats the most in hot races. Lightbulb story. After one race, Ricciardo celebrated by demolishing a massive burger. Fans loved it because it showed the human side of a sport that often seems robotic. Engagement. What's your go-to post-workout or post-stress cheat meal? Let's see who's got the most Ricciardo energy here. 7. George Russell, the perfectionist. Known for his discipline, sticks to chicken, salmon, rice/pasta, vegetables. Breakfast is often porridge with berries and honey. Rarely strays from his nutrition plan. Fans joke that he probably logs his calories like an accountant. Lightbulb anecdote. George once said he plans his meals days in advance, so he never risks last-minute food choices. That's how structured he is. Backhand index pointing right, thought-provoking. Would you be able to live that strict? Or would you crack and order takeout? High voltage, bigger picture. Why it matters. Nutrition in F1 isn't just about fitness. It's about milliseconds on the track. Drivers need consistent energy, zero brain fog, and quick recovery. Teams invest in personal chefs and nutritionists to tailor every calorie. Sometimes, small choices like eating pasta instead of pizza could mean a slight edge in endurance that decide to race. Lightbulb example. In Singapore, one of the toughest races physically, drivers sweat out electrolytes like crazy. If their nutrition and hydration aren't perfect, they could literally faint in the car. So, the next time you watch an F1 driver step onto the podium, remember, it wasn't just the car or the team strategy. It was also the hours of training, the sacrifice of skipping cheat meals, and those carefully measured plates of chicken, rice, or vegan bowls that made the difference. Formula One is as much about discipline off the track as it is about bravery on the track. So here's my question for you. If you had to live on a Formula One diet for a week, which driver's plan would you choose? Lewis's vegan smoothies? Max's simple chicken and rice? Or Ricciardo's burgers? But only if you earn them? Let me know down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more behind-the-scenes F1 breakdowns.